Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing really well. So today I have my second sort of favourites and roundup video, my second and also my final one. So it was really short this year, but I have already shared on my channel my 2020 most worn items, so the items of clothing that I got the most wear out of. I promise there was zero loungewear featured in that video. I don't know about you, but I am just over loungewear for now, so I definitely want to feel a little bit more normal given the circumstances. That can be quite hard, but you know, manifesting and all that. So I shared my 2020 fashion favourites, and so today I am sharing my 2020 makeup favourites. Essentially, this is my everyday makeup for you, and I pretty much do the same sort of thing every year. Some of the products change, some of the products don't, but I really like putting this little recap video together. I was actually going through previous videos and I saw that my first ever yearly makeup favourites was in 2017, so it's really cool to have quite a backlog to look back on now as well. So yeah, really excited about this year's. Let's get started. I've got lip balm on, I've done all of my skincare earlier on in the day, so I'm going straight in with the makeup items. Starting off with primer, I'm going to prime my face and my eyelids. For my base, I'm using the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. This is a really nice primer, and I have really been enjoying using it. Literally just apply with my hands. This primer is quite tacky, so it does leave my skin feeling ever so slightly tacky, but I quite like that in a primer. Onto priming my eyelids, and this has been a favourite for a few years running. This is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Original. This is a really tiny mid-knee, as you can see, but I'm just finishing it up basically, and I already have another full size ready to go. Okay, so once I'm primed, the next step for me is always eyeshadow. I never know if that's really random, because I think most people would go ahead and do their base and then eyeshadow, but for me it's eyeshadow first because I am just terrible at it, and I always do some sort of mishap in the process, and then I can just tidy it all up when I go in with my foundation and my base over the top. So this year's favourite won't come as a surprise. I believe this was also a favourite last year, so definitely a product I love. I love it so much that it has actually rubbed out, like the name has rubbed out. This is from Bare Minerals, and it is one of their Gen Nude eyeshadow palettes. This is the copper one. Nothing too fancy for me, so I start off with Truth, which is just a really nice pinky colour, and just pop this on all over the lids. Once I've got that wash of colour all over the lids, next for me is a shimmer in the middle. Usually I either choose between Aura or Bonfire. Bonfire is more of a like goldeny, coppery colour, and then Aura's more of a light pink. So Aura's typically like the everyday one that I go for, and then there's Bonfire if I want something a little more extra. I might just layer on the two for today. Try to concentrate that mostly in the middle, just so that it gives a bit of a pop. And then going for a little bit of Bonfire. Followed by the fluffy brush again, which I just go back in with to sort of blend everything out around the edges so that it's a little more seamless. It's pretty basic, it's just that. And then a little bit later I will go back in for under the eyes, but for now I'm going to leave it. So next up onto my base, and I've been using the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream. This is amazing, like it's so good. I use the shade Light. Typically I just apply it with a big fluffy brush. Just does exactly what you would expect it to do. It evens out skin tone. It's really quite good coverage as well. It's honestly been my go-to. I used it throughout all the seasons. Choosing a concealer this year was actually quite difficult, but in the end I decided to go for Fenty Beauty Concealer. It's called the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer. I have this in the shade 140. I think you can see just how good that is at brightening. Also gonna go ahead and just conceal my nose a little bit too, just because it usually goes so red now that we're in winter time, so it could really do with an extra hand. And like I said, as this is such a light concealer, I try to just keep it in the middle and like the tip of my nose to not make it look any bigger by going like all over and highlighting it even more. Next in my base is powder. I don't actually powder my whole face, I literally just powder under my eyes, and I find that it works the best if I do do it straight after applying concealer so that my concealer doesn't end up creasing under my eyes. So yeah, under the eyes, and then finally the T-zone area where I'm not going to go in with any more makeup. Oh, and I think I forgot to mention what the actual product is. So it is Laura Mercier's translucent loose setting powder. I love this. A discovery of 2020, but one that I absolutely adore. I haven't touched any other powder. This is just such a good one. Okay, so you will have to excuse my brows because they are looking very, very unkept at the moment. They are just very, very unruly, but basically I'm basically growing them out because hopefully next month I'm going to be doing a brow video, but a really in-depth one. So I'm literally going to talk you through everything, how I keep my brows, how I've been tinting them at home, how I shape them, how I pluck them, basically how I look after them at home, which I think so many of us have had to start doing over the past year or so. So that's my plan for my brows anyway. So they are growing out, so please do excuse them. I always find it a little bit harder to fill them in when they are this overgrown though, because I don't really know how I want to shape them. But generally speaking, a pencil, again forgetting to name the product. This is the Stila Sketch and Sculpt Brow Pencil in the shade medium. It's really good. It's a cool toned brown, which is the exact kind of colour that I go for when it comes to brows, and it's a pencil, and pencil again is my go-to. So that's one brow done, one brow not done. I always think that looks so weird, but you can see like I just fill them out a little bit more, make them look a little bushier I suppose, and then just brush the hairs to make them look, I guess, more natural and like fluffed out as well. Brow pencil done. I often go in just closer to the brow with my concealer brush as well. This is actually a small concealer brush that I'm really enjoying at the moment, just to tidy up any of the edges if there is anything, or if any of my foundation sort of came up as I was doing that. I find this quite a nice way to brush off any excess. You can do it under the brows as well, I guess. I don't typically, but for some reason I thought I would today, which is fine. That's generally how I do my brows, but like I said, I will have a more in-depth brow video coming soon. So if you have any brow questions or anything in particular that you would like me to cover in that video, let me know in the comments and I will make a note of it and make sure I do that. And then for brow gel, I have been using this brow gel for the longest time. This is the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I have been using this product since the days it was called Ready Set Brow. This is amazing in my opinion. It's really great at setting your brows. It's just a clear brow gel and it's got quite a long wand, which I actually like for my brows because I have quite thick brows, and I find that a chunkier wand just does the job a little bit quicker and it makes my hairs look longer, more natural, and like I said, it just sets the brows. Honestly, I've never tested it for the full 24 hours, but I believe it. Following on from brows, time to add a little bit of colour back into my face. Bronzer is a must-have. It's one of my like top 3 products, face products, and this is Benefit's Hoola. I was actually really torn about what to include for bronzer because I really wanted to include one of MAC's summer launches. However, it was a limited edition product and you can no longer get it, which is honestly breaking my heart. It was so good. I loved using that in the summer. I've still been using it so much recently as well, but it felt a bit silly for me to include something that was a limited edition, seeing as, I mean, we may not ever be able to get it again. So instead I've gone for Benefit's classic Hoola bronzer, which is just so good. I was looking back at my previous favourites videos to see which other bronzers I use, and I was so surprised that in 2017 I had included a contour product, which I can't believe. Contour seems like so far a way ago, like so long ago that we would contour and stuff. I was never hugely into contouring, but just the fact that I had a contour product in my favourites surprised me so much. Anyway, bronzer just in the usual places, sort of like the temples, but I try to be really light-handed here because sometimes I am a little bit too heavy-handed. Obviously the classic cheekbone place, and then sometimes under here as well, just for like a little bit of shadow. I know that there are lots of people that skip out blusher completely, don't really use it in their day-to-day, but I really enjoy using blusher. This is Bare Minerals, part of their Gen Nude collection as well. Honestly, the Gen Nude collection, the Gen Nude range by Bare Minerals is so good. I love so many of the products in that range. So this is one of their Gen Nude powder blushes in the shade Call My Blush, which is just a classic, I can't open it, which is just a gorgeous pinky colour. I think a little bit of blush is perfect to just start adding a little bit of colour back into your face. And highlighter I will leave for a later step. Next I'm going to do my eyelashes. I've actually got a whole video on my eyelash routine, how I curl them, my favourite mascara and all that sort of stuff. So for a more in-depth look at my lash routine and what I do, then definitely check out this video. I will be fast forwarding it because it is pretty long, but I'm just curling with my eyelash curlers. These are Kevin Aquan and I got them quite recently, but they're really good. They're quite gentle but still curl your lashes really well. When it comes to eyelashes, I do things one eye at a time. So this eye is currently curled, this one is not quite yet, but I thought I would quickly share the mascara. So top mascara will probably come as no surprise if you've watched some of my previous beauty videos. It is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise in Waterproof. I have very straight eyelashes, and so I need to use a waterproof mascara to hold a curl. I know it's not great for eyelashes, and I have actually noticed like my eyelashes aren't doing too great at the moment, but if I don't use a waterproof mascara, I just don't get the desired effect, and it's basically like I may as well not be wearing any mascara. So this is just a fantastic waterproof in my opinion. It gives me a really great finish without having to layer over other mascaras, and it's just amazing. Great waterproof, keeps my lashes up all day, which is fantastic and exactly what I want in a mascara. With this mascara, I typically don't feel the need to add any extra layers on top of other mascaras. Sometimes with other waterproof mascaras, if they only hold my curl and don't necessarily leave my lashes looking the way I want them to look, then I will go in with another one over the top. And on days when I have been doing that, my mascara of choice has been the Hourglass Unlocked Instant Extension Mascara. This is such a good one. Unfortunately, it isn't waterproof, so I can't quite use this on its own on my top lashes. However, it does give a really good effect. So if I ever want my lashes to look even more intense, even more like extravagant and extra and longer, then I will use this over the top of a waterproof mascara. However, I don't think I need that today because I definitely layered on the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. However, I will be using this on my lower lashes because I don't usually put waterproof mascara on my lower lashes. Done. And then also on the lower lash line, I will go back in with my eyeshadow palette with the shade Truth, just the one that I used all over the lid, and pop that on my bottom, like just under the lash as well. Usually I do this after mascara because if I do it before, I feel like it would just, I don't know, I feel like it would just disappear. I've just done a little bit. I don't even know whether it's noticeable or not, but I just think it's quite nice to sort of tie in the eyeshadow together. I didn't used to do this as I didn't really think it was necessary, but actually I have been going back in and just sort of finishing it off like this, and I just think it kind of just finishes the eye off a little bit better. So that's that. Nothing too extravagant or anything like that. So that's eyes done, face almost done. I'm going to go in with my highlight now. This year, believe it or not, was the first year that I tried Becca Cosmetics. I know this has been, I mean, a well-loved brand by so many people, but I only had the chance to try it this year, and I mean, believe the hype. It really is that good. So this is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Powder in Champagne Pop, which is just the cult classic when it comes to Becca Cosmetics. So loving this. It really is just such a gorgeous highlight. I will be honest, I haven't actually worn highlight that much throughout 2020. It's definitely been a step that on many days I just skip and don't even do, but whenever I have done it, it's always been this that I go for. And for lipstick this year, we have a new one. This is the Clinique Even Better Pop lip colour. This is in the shade 06 Softly. Earlier on in the year, this seems so crazy, but early 2020 I went to an event with Clinique. It was probably one of my final events of the year, which is crazy. So I guess it's been a year since I've been to sort of standard like blog events and things, which blows my mind. But anyway, I discovered this at an event, their launch event early last year. I was shade matched to 3 different shades that were basically perfect for my complexion. Anytime I wear these as well, I get so many compliments from you, so really appreciate it. Thank you. This is the shade 06 Softly, which I think I already said, but it's just a really lovely like pinky colour. It's definitely pinkier than I am used to, but I really like it. Like so, it's a really wearable, pretty pink. The final makeup product is my setting spray of the year, and it's Max Fix Plus. It's always some sort of variation of the Fix Plus by MAC. This was released in 2020, and these were their like aura ones. So this one, for example, is calm, but they had others, like they had balance, they had energy, I believe, they had like one called awaken. I tried quite a few of those. I really like balance as well, that's a good one, and calm has been great. I mean, I'm very nearly finished this one. This one will be going into my empties very soon, but I love these. They've been great now that we're using masks as well. So I actually find this quite good to spray on if I'm wearing makeup and going out as well, just so that it all doesn't come off on my mask. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of it still does come off. I think it's inevitable, but definitely not as much as it would if I didn't wear this. So there we have it. This is my everyday makeup look. It's been my go-to makeup throughout the past year. Probably still will be for quite some time as well. Let me know in the comments down below what else you would like to see from me throughout the year. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and thumbs up as well if you'd like to see more beauty content this year maybe. Let me know in the comments down below. A big thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all soon. Bye!